Hey there, Audioholics. We're here live again at CES 2018, and this time we're in the CES room with President and CEO Gary Yacoubian. And Gary's going to walk us through SVS's new territory, which is wireless sound. You got two products to tell us a little bit about, so let's go ahead and start with the Prime.
This is Prime Wire. Well, first of all, thanks for having me, Marshall. Great to be here.
Always love doing it.
Hey to the Audioholics community. Hello from Vegas, where we're all a bit poorer now after a couple of days here. We're launching we stealthily launched Prime Wireless today, or actually the day before yesterday at CES. So nobody knows about this. We didn't do any press releases. We're really, really excited about it because this is SVS's first foray into the wireless space, and we feel like we bring an SVS dimension to a space that doesn't really have that.
Tell me what this SVS dimension is. If you had to characterize this, and I'll edit this out if you go too far off the rails, but
Okay.
you let me know. What does it mean to be SVS in this wireless era?
So I do go off the rails quite often, so please edit me at will. Look, SVS is all about great sound, and sometimes we think that the wireless space is not really dominated by a belief that a broad audience really even cares about great sound. And so we wanted to bring that dimension to the wireless space and do it in a way that's affordable, but also lifestyle friendly. So not a giant product, but something that is really capable and really demands your attention and transports you to another place with great sound.
Mm-hmm. Great, something that almost anybody in the consumer market can say, hey, I can find a place for that in my home, in my life, and make that work with how I like to listen to music. Why don't you start by talking with us about the Prime Wireless, and this is the Prime Wireless, I'm going to mess it up, satellite speaker?
We call it, well, since there's only one speaker, we call it the Prime Wireless speaker.
Okay.
And it's actually a stereo pair. Mm-hmm. So the best way to get Prime Wireless, I think, in the speaker realm is to get the Prime Wireless active and passive combination so that you get a stereo pair of active wireless via DTS Play-Fi, so Wi-Fi, or Bluetooth, or line level analog input, or USB audio input, or fiber digital input. Mm-hmm.
And so when you say the satellite, so this can operate on its own. If somebody only wanted mono, they could just operate a single one. But the best way to do this is to run this to a passive using just a traditional speaker wire then.
I would say you would start with our active passive configuration. That would be a first choice, and it's affordable. It's $499 for the pair of them. We have all the smarts and all the amplification in one, and then an umbilical cord to the other. The really cool thing is we are 4 times 50 watts bi-amplified with a very sophisticated digital electronic crossover. So we're able to take this small package and turn it into something really, really refined with a surprisingly big sound for the small package that it is. And although you can do active left and passive right, or you can do active left and active right, it'll be a little bit more expensive, or you can do what we have here in the world's worst kitchen vignette. We have an active left and right. So for in a situation where it is more background music, a mono speaker would probably work well, and that's more affordable. That's $399.
So what you get by going to the active, both active left and active right, is a little bit more power for those speakers. Is that the advantage?
There's no advantage. In fact, I actually think active-passive is the way to go, but some people may not be able to do the cord between the speakers for whatever reason.
Got it.
And in that situation, you could do active left, active right.
Understood. Okay, excellent. And then in addition to the speaker, we have the Soundbase as well, a Prime Soundbase.
So we have all kinds. We have DTS Play-Fi's latest chipset, so all kinds of really cool features, including 6 presets, so you don't even need your phone. You can just hit the preset and hear your favorite Pandora, Spotify channel, internet radio channel, and some other players I'm not allowed to announce yet, but some other things that people like to listen to. So it's really well-featured, great sounding. Then we took that same feature set and put it in a very small component that is incredibly great sounding with 2 times 150 watts amplifier, very gutsy amplifier. So it can drive any passive full range speakers in the SVS lineup all the way up to our Ultra Towers and anybody else's passive full range speakers. It's really quite a capable product. We have it set up in a vignette with our Ultra bookshelves for the world's greatest dorm system is what we're calling it.
So you can either get the self-contained system, super easy to set up, everything that's in there, or what you've done is essentially take the guts out of that, add additional amplification, pump up the wattage, and now you have a stereo setup that does everything that a modern wireless setup would do with sort of that traditional SVS quality.
Right. It brings basically conventional passive full-range speakers into the wireless age, and with great uncompromised sound quality.
Great.
And it also, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. It also has line level output, so it could actually be a source in your home theater which doesn't have Play-Fi or doesn't have Bluetooth connectivity, or in a 2-channel system.
So when I come to places like CES, the first thing I have to ask myself is, what are going to be the stories? And by stories, I don't mean an individual product. I mean what's happening overall at CES. And what we're seeing is certainly smart. Google pulled up its dump truck full of money, let it all loose here at CES, and so now Google's plastered everywhere, and they're obviously pushing the smart home speakers. Alexa, I can't say the A word. Amazon has been there for a long time, and a couple years now, and so they've established it, but there's new players in there. You've taken a more agnostic approach with this, is that somebody could connect up a Chromecast audio, they could connect up an Amazon Dot, and now this speaker, in addition to playing all of your existing sources, has become a smart home speaker as well.
So that's a great comment. And what I would say, and I'm glad you mentioned, I can say it, Amazon Alexa, because this actually, DTS Play-Fi, this chipset is Amazon Alexa enabled. So as they continue to refine the firmware, by the time we launch, which is going to be mid-summerish, or excuse me, mid-springish, mid to late spring, by the time we launch, all you'll need is our system and a $25 Amazon Dot, and you're fully Alexa capable. But you're absolutely right, that little Google Cast audio thing that is less expensive than 25. I think it's 20 bucks.
Depending on the sale, time of the year, Black Friday, whatever, yeah.
Right, right. That can be an analog input to any of our products, and you would be Google Cast capable.
Yeah, I think with smart speakers coming onto the market and being able to put those into existing technology is important. So this concept of having small, powerful, compact speakers that are self-powered, that have all the input functionality, toss-link, analog obviously, and have some wireless capability themselves built in. Now you've got this full-featured system that can play anything you throw at it, any way you want to throw it at it, whether you want to plug something in or just shout at your speakers, and it's off to the races. So walk us through pricing and availability for each of the products that you have.
Okay. So really, it's essentially 3 ways you could do this. We have the stereo pair of speakers, which features the active, passive, 4x 50 watt bi-amplified speakers, and that is, we're targeting, I'm not 100% sure, but this is what I want, $499 for the pair of them, because it'll be very groundbreaking at that price with that level of sound quality. We've been playing these for people all for the last two and a half days, and most people are telling us that even if it had no wireless connectivity, no Bluetooth, it was just a powered speaker at that price range, it would be astonishing. So they're really, really good. The other option would be to buy a single active speaker, which could be a mono left and right summed in the Play-Fi ecosystem for like a bathroom or kitchen or someplace where you don't really need stereo or want just background music. That's $399. And then our Prime Wireless Soundbase, which is the component we were talking about, that would also be $399, and again, it can be either a line level output to a preamp or to a preamp processor, a stereo receiver, or it has 2x 150 watt, very gutsy amplifier to drive any passive full range speakers. $399.
Right, excellent. And we're shooting for the summer sometime, right?
Our goal is, we're saying late spring. But I will say this, and everybody knows this about SVS, because we're the dummies that launch things after the holiday season just because we want to make sure they're right. We will not launch these until they are absolutely perfectly baked and a great listener experience.
Oh, there's no doubt. I think SVS's reputation for reliability is pretty unmatched in the internet direct market, and of course the few occasions. Yeah, and the dealers now, yes. And the few occasions when there might be an issue, I know that customer service is on that in a hurry. And so we always appreciate about you all sort of setting that bar really high for folks that are selling stuff over the internet or through the dealer network.
Hey, first thing I do in the morning is answer letters from emails from our customers asking me questions about our product or maybe a service issue. We're all over it, all the way up to me.
All right, well, it sounds like things are quieting down on the hallway. Now might actually be a good time to listen to these. So we'll get to going on that. And for you Audioholics, of course, we want you to stay tuned here at CES 2018. And as always, keep listening.